Speaking of Fergie, we start with breaking news concerning Sir Alex's beloved Manchester United, and the club has just released its latest accounts. Chief correspondent Kaveh Solhekol joins us once again. So Kaveh, the figures have just been released in New York. Thorough assessment of the ins and outs. What have you managed to glean from it so far?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gone through the whole thing yet, but I've had a quick look at it, and you get the sense that Manchester United are doing much better on the pitch, and also off the pitch. It looks like the owners are getting to grips with their finances. Obviously, United have suffered for a while because they haven't been very successful on the pitch, and they're not playing in Europe this season. But these accounts do look pretty promising. Very controversial, of course, what Jim Ratcliffe, who's running the football side of the operations at the moment, is doing, cutting lots of costs, making lots of people redundant. I think his sort of strategy has been that, you know, the club needs some bad medicine. I'm going to administer that bad medicine, but in the long term, it's going to be for the benefit of the club. And if we look at these accounts, for instance, commercial revenue, these accounts are for the second quarter 2026. Commercial revenue for the quarter was down about £6.5 million to £78.5 million. That is obviously to do with the fact that the team haven't been playing particularly well. That affects their commercial deals, and also their training kit sponsorship agreement with Tetsos came to an end as well. Broadcasting is pretty flat. It has increased a little bit. You would expect it, of course, to go down because they're not playing in Europe. But the fact that they're doing so much better in the Premier League, fourth at the moment, means that at the end of this season, the amount of broadcast revenue they will get will be much more than they received last season when they did so bad.
There has been a noticeable shift in the narrative surrounding Manchester United, not on the pitch, but behind the scenes. Following the club's latest second quarter earnings release, Kaveh Solhekol offered a telling assessment. Off the pitch, it looks like the owners are getting to grips with their finances. For a club that has often faced scrutiny over its financial management, those words carry weight. Manchester United's financial strength has never been in doubt. With global commercial deals, broadcast revenue from the Premier League, and consistent matchday income from Old Trafford, the club has long stood among football's highest earners. However, the issue has not been revenue, it has been efficiency. The latest figures suggest a more controlled and strategic approach. Cost management appears tighter, spending more calculated, and decision-making more aligned with long-term sustainability. This signals a potential shift from reactive financial behavior to proactive planning. In modern football, financial discipline is just as important as financial power. For Manchester United, this could mark the beginning of a more stable era, one where resources are not just vast, but well utilized. The real test, however, lies in translating financial stability into success on the pitch. Supporters are unlikely to celebrate balance sheets, they want trophies, consistency, and identity. A well-run financial structure can provide the foundation, but it must support a clear footballing vision. Recruitment strategy, managerial stability, and squad development all depend on how effectively those finances are deployed. This moment feels significant. After years of criticism and inconsistency, Manchester United may finally be finding balance behind the scenes. The idea that the owners are getting to grips with the financial side suggests a club beginning to learn from past mistakes. But progress off the pitch must now be matched by progress on it. If this newfound financial discipline continues, Manchester United could be better equipped than ever to rebuild and compete at the highest level. The resources are there. The global appeal remains unmatched. The structure is improving. Now comes the most important phase: execution. Because in football, financial control is only the beginning. Success is measured in silverware, and for Manchester United, that remains the ultimate goal.